We started the company in 2001, and we started it actually in Montreal, in Canada. And as we developed the company and we started to gain international clients, one of the requirements that came up from our clients was to have an office overseas, in particular in the Europe region. And we did a study of the different countries, different areas we could go. We ended up choosing to come into the southeast of England and eventually into Reading and right in Green Park. So the process of doing that really was to service our clients because our clients were so global. One of the advantages of coming into this region was access to an international airport such as Heathrow, so we'd have very quick access in and out. We were also looking for good access to partners. We were a very strong partner with Microsoft, so their presence in the region was important to us. Creating some of those relationships. So for us, the whole Thames Valley was a very natural area to look, and Reading in particular, and eventually Green Park, where we were, where we were actually with a lot of companies that are similar in nature. Finding the right kind of skills was really important to us, and choosing in the Thames Valley, again, being such a technological area, if you will, so many companies, technology companies having their offices here. So we saw an opportunity to take advantage of that in this region. But what made the UK and even this region so interesting for us as a Canadian company was certainly just being part of the Commonwealth background. There's a lot of laws, there's a lot of ways of working. They're just very similar. We didn't have as big a cultural adjustment to go through. Laws have a lot of the similar backgrounds. There's some ancient laws that probably still have precedence. Many likely still have precedence way back here. The way of doing business is very, very similar. We found it very similar to how we work with Americans, how we would work together with the British. So for us, it was there was a lot of comfort in that area. Some of the countries in the EU that we looked at are great countries, and we know people have been very successful in those countries, but they can have, simple things like their HR policies, and when you engage, hire someone, and we were taking on big risk, and it just exponentially increased the risk in some countries, which we found when we came here. It was more, we were able to better manage some of those risks when we came here as opposed to some of those other countries. The Inward Investment Group as well as the Chamber of Commerce actually had a key role. We had an interesting story when we just got started. We were one of the, and there was actually someone who had been placed in the city where we were in Canada, and that person actually reached out to us and started building bridges, if you will, with people on the other side. Because where do you start? We're a small company, we're just a startup, and there's so many things to be done. And it really requires a team of people on the other side. And so they were actually able to create relationships with the professionals that we need, whether it's being legal, how do you incorporate the banking sector, accounting, finding offices. And they were actually able to provide different experts to work with us in each of those areas. So that saved us a lot of, effort. They brought with them all the knowledge they had of the local economy, and we were able to take advantage of them at long distance to get the maximum done possible without actually having to have somebody here taking care of all those things. So for us, it worked out really well. I think there's a lot of advantages for technology companies in particular that would be looking to come here just because of that depth that we find in that whole area in this region. And so for us, that wasn't a necessity. We chose the area because of our big partner, and they'd be in the area, and so we knew there would be a certain wealth of expertise in that area. But in general, it's for us, that's continued to be a strength of being in this area.